So a lot of people are like, Double Four, screw your Boruto experience, just read the first chapter raw, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I have to read it translated. I'm not going to be reading it and not understanding what they're saying. I have to experience this the right way the first time around, and people are telling me the spoilers are true. Oh my god. Let's read it. Let's go. A pair of warriors face off on the destroyed faces of the Hokage, and we see two shinobi there standing on, I believe that is Naruto's face, completely deteriorated because we see the whiskers. Oh my god. And then we see adult Boruto there. He's actually older. Well, is he an adult? He looks more like he's maybe 20 or 19 or something like that. To think that you'd be this strong, Kawaki, and the way he's dealing down there with the sword, you can tell he went through some big, giant battle with this guy. I'm wondering if we're gonna see the battle, or if Kawaki's gonna, like, run away or some shit. So, Kawaki, I'll be sending you to meet the 7th Boruto. You know what that means? It means that Naruto is potentially dead. I mean, it means that Naruto is dead, and I believe that Boruto having that scar there has something to do with Naruto's death. Maybe Boruto was on this mission with his father, maybe his father took him on a dangerous mission, maybe Boruto was getting, like, attacked and killed, and Naruto jumped in and sacrificed himself. Because let's be honest here, if somebody can do this to Boruto, right? Boruto is one of the most skilled of this new generation. It'd take at least somebody on S rank, Akatsuki rank, to, you know, like, fuck Boruto up like this, you know, give him a scar. Obviously, it seems like Kawaki's the one who did this, and where does Kawaki come from? We have no idea. But there's something that tells me that the threat was so big, it involved in Boruto's pain and suffering, but it also involved in Naruto's death, because this guy's saying, I'll be sending you to meet the 7th, meaning that Naruto is gone! Like, what a way to start off this fucking chapter, man! Are we gonna get, like, this whole shit right here? Did things really have to turn out like this? And that's Boruto speaking there. Oh my god, I just can't get over the fact that Boruto has, like, a big giant scar on some Kakashi shit on his right side. It looks so weird. Yes. So, wait, did he just take his, like, eye out right there in the middle of this fight? Because he's holding something right there with his arm, and there's just something so weird about Kawaki. Like, I feel as if his black hair, or the darker hair on the top, is actually colored. It's not his real hair. I feel as if he's naturally blonde. And then people are gonna ask me, well, Double Four, where are you going with this? Well, if he's naturally blonde, if blonde shinobi aren't so, I guess, common in this Naruto series, if it honestly, it almost feels like he's related to Boruto. Maybe he's Boruto from the future or some shit. Maybe he's a Boruto experiment that went wrong. Maybe Orochimaru accidentally took his DNA or some shit before you know, Boruto got older, and then maybe this is a fucked up version of Boruto. Maybe this is a Boruto that lived a more rough life. Maybe this is Boruto's long lost brother. Like, there's just something about Kawaki that feels like he's related to Boruto, because I feel as if he has naturally blonde hair, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too deep into this, and it's too early to tell, but just something really weird. So, he grabbed his fucking eye, and we see the symbols. He, if I'm not mistaken, has a lot of skill and knowledge in the area of Kinjutsu. Maybe he has some crazy sealing techniques. So we see the entire Lee village there destroyed, all of the highly technologically advanced buildings just falling to the ground. The age of the ninja is over. The age of the ninja is over. So what the fuck is this about? Like, why is the age of the ninja over? Does Kawaki hate ninjas or some shit like that? This is really fucking weird. Okay, so we see pretty much, I believe this is a headband with a cross through it. Even so, oh my god, this is getting so good. Okay, so he puts on his forehead protector, I still am, and then he unlocks the Byakugan, a ninja, or he opens it up. I don't know if he unlocked it at this point in time. I'm assuming yes, possibly, because what a coincidence unlocking it during a time like this. But keep in mind, all of these dojutsu like Byakugan, Sharingan, even Rinnegan, even though it takes requirements to get them, you know, it can't just be some random fuck getting these power-ups. Usually you unlock them during extremely stressful times, and from my understanding, this is an extremely stressful time for Boruto. The fact that he has all of these symbols on his arm, and boy, I love the fact that he's skilled with a sword. Keep in mind, that is most likely due to Sasuke. Sasuke probably trained him in the art of using swords and weaponry and shit like that. His stances and hand signs, the way he's holding that sword, it's a lot more traditionally based, meaning that, of course, this is probably due to Sasuke maybe training him in the art of fighting as well as maybe shinobi from the past. That's all I'm going to say. And again, keep in mind, the fact that they both have these seals, the fact that they know each other, the fact that he said, like, it had to turn out like this, I think that Kawaki and Boruto are either related or they knew each other in the past. Maybe they were both, you know, hated the ninja system and they went rogue or some shit. They became like the Akatsuki. Who the fuck knows what happened? But I do feel as if there's a connection between Boruto and Kawaki. And man, if we see an actual fight, it's gonna look so amazing. Because keep in mind, going from color to black and white, you could already see the difference. Like, obviously color looks so much better. When this gets adapted into the anime, some of the best fights in the entire series will be in the Boruto era for sure. Yes, I am a ninja. So we see Boruto there, his forehead protector. Is this in the past? Is this a flashback? But there was a time when I held a deep resentment towards ninjas. Okay, this is my story. Oh my god, we are starting the new generation off with Boruto, I believe, waking up from a nice sleep. Well, he seems pretty angry already. Like, bro, you're angry already? Like, it's the morning time, you know what I mean? Eat some breakfast, drink some coffee. You ain't gotta be angry right now. This is my story, but I am the Hokage's son, and whether I like it or not, my dad is a part of my story. Okay. And we see Naruto there with all that paperwork and those scrolls. He's probably dealing with the village's bullshit while studying more ninjutsu techniques and stuff for the future. He realized he was like a little rusty, so he gotta catch up to Sasuke or something. I don't know, man. It's just so weird seeing Naruto lead this life while his child is angry that he's not spending enough time with him. It's just so weird. The greatest ninja of the village, the Hokage. So we see Naruto carrying Boruto on his back. Boruto's all happy and shit. We see Naruto's stone face from this close up for the first time. We've seen it like from a distance, but not this close up. Let me just tell you right off the bat, this isn't the story of a boy aspiring to be Hokage. That was my dad's story. Why is he talking as if, like, he wrote the series? Like, Boruto, just shut up and do cool ninja shit. Make no mistake, start to finish. Okay, let's see what Boruto's goals are. I mean, he ended up getting fucked up and he's in a fight with Kawaki and his father's dead, so something must have went completely wrong in 180. Okay, so we see all the Hokage faces there. We see all those high-tech buildings on top. That infrastructure is going to be wrecked real soon. In case I wasn't clear the first time, this is my story, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen Naruto in this position with his jacket, and it just looks so nice. It reminds me of Minato a little bit, and we saw all of those promotional posters with Naruto looking like this, and it's so awesome seeing it in the chapter for the first time. It feels like we have something to look forward to as Naruto fans, a completely new generation. Keep in mind, there's kids, younger kids reading Naruto, right? And they're going to be following this generation. When we were their age, we were following the original generation. So there's this generational gap, and it feels so bittersweet, if that makes sense. But in the beginning, for a short while, my father played a central role in my story too. Don't say it like that. What the fuck happened, man? Like, Naruto's a good guy. Like, don't be saying that, oh, you know, for a time he was playing a role in my life too. What in the world happened? So, we see a ninja mission right here. We got Boruto using Kagebunshi no Jutsu, creating a bunch of shadow clones and shit. And then we see, like, a panda there. Growl! Growl! Sheesh! Someone's a real messy eater! I guess maybe their goal is to kill it or capture it or some shit like that. I mean, yes, this is sort of animal abuse. Just leave the panda alone. Let the panda terrorize the village. Damn it. I mean, there's a big skill difference between Team Konohamaru and Team Kakashi. Granted, Kakashi was much stronger than Konohamaru, which is weird because it's like working backwards in that sense, but Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sarada are clearly superior to Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Definitely Sakura. Don't let your guard down. It might look like a cute panda, but that thing's a violent bear. Yeah, I mean, just judging from its size, I wouldn't ever think that it's nice just because it looks cute. Like, a lot of things look cute and they're dangerous, you know what I mean? That panda being one of them. And I know a lot of people want me to comment on the artwork. Double Four, do you like this artwork? Is it terrible? I'm not going to comment on the artwork. The only thing I will say is it's readable. And anybody saying it's not readable is lying. They're lying. It's not the... Alright, I guess I will comment on it. It's not the greatest artwork ever, but it's definitely readable, and when this gets adapted into the anime, it's going to look spectacular. But it's still decent. It's not that good, but it's still decent enough to read. Like, don't lie, it's still decent enough to read. It's nothing, come on, that's just a weak-ass panda. So we see those three standing atop a hill. Pandas fall under the classification of bears, you dimwit. And then we see Mitsuki there looking as cool as ever. I'm going to speak like Mitsuki. I think we have more pressing matters at hand. Our top priority should be subduing this bear panda and returning him to Konohamaru-sensei's place. And then we see this fucking panda rushing in, growling, looking like Cho-Cho ain't get her Snickers bar or some shit. Alright, that was a little foul, you know what I mean? I mean, you're not you when you're hungry, Cho-Cho. I'm sorry, man. It's just, she's such an easy target. Sometimes you just gotta lay them jokes down. Okay, so we got Boruto and Sarada there just standing. We got Mitsuki jumping in. So Mitsuki's the only one ready and prepared to take action. He's going in with his body modification, stretchy abilities and shit. You can totally tell Mitsuki's the most dominant one of his team, and I don't want to hear anybody say otherwise. I mean, look at that. You got Mitsuki jumping into the air, using his Gomu Gomu no Mi abilities, tangling that panda's leg up, and you got the panda flat on its face. And only then do Boruto and Sarada go in, kicking that motherfucker, you know. Only then they have to rely on Mitsuki, and then once the force is stopped, that's when they jump in, when everything is safe. So, Mitsuki for the fucking win. Boruto thinks he's on some Bruce Lee shit, creating a few Kage Bunshin and going in for a few kicks. I mean, come on, dude. You're nowhere near Mitsuki's level, and you can see that the pacing of this series is a lot faster, because if this was a Naruto chapter or a Naruto episode in part 1, this panda mission would be the entire chapter, probably, or at least a good half of the chapter. Okay, so that panda gets sent back. It took a few L's. Definitely took a major L, actually. And I believe it's running away now. Alright, told you, a weak-ass one. As expected of the 7th Hokage's son and the 4th Hokage's grandson, it seems Boruto is destined to become the Hokage. That's Mitsuki talking there, and then Sarada's like, I'm the one who will become Hokage. Keep in mind, Boruto's not interested in becoming the Hokage, and I just feel like Mitsuki really respects Boruto with all of these, like, comments in the background, because he even did this in Boruto Naruto the movie. You could clearly see Mitsuki believes that Boruto is ahead of Sarada. Okay, so now we see Konohamaru-sensei now using my Rasengan, so he creates a Rasengan, he puts it into that scroll or whatever, and then he uses the technology, and he launches that shit. You do this, and you're able to fire it. That's awesome. He sends that thing like a mile off. That is crazy cool. Now, he's able to do what Boruto's able to do in Boruto Naruto the movie with technology. So, I guess in a way, it comes in handy, but you can clearly see Konohamaru isn't that skilled naturally, right? He has a lot less potential, he has this glass ceiling over him despite being the grandson of the 3rd Hokage. So he fires that Rasengan, awesome, and then he brings out another one of those pills, Nagashibari no Jutsu, and then he creates a shadow paralysis out of it, and he catches the panda, even though the panda ran off. Damn, that's pretty far. I guess he used the Rasengan as a pointer. Okay, the retrieval team will be arriving shortly. You have my humblest thanks. So they got the panda all tied down there and shit. They got its gut shut closed, and poor panda, you can see its face, like, it feels pretty bad. But then again, it was gonna, like, attack a village of, like, elderly people or something, so I guess it's being treated fairly, you know what I mean? Konohamaru-sensei, the technique was the Nara clan secret technique, was it not? So we have Sarada, they're all impressed. Konohamaru's like, oh, that? I just wish Konohamaru would respond like, yeah, ninjas is able to cheat nowadays, you know what I mean? Oh, wow, so cool. Is this that new ninja apparatus? Nothing gets by you, Mitsuki. You know, I like it how Konohamaru's acting as if this is some big secret. Dude, you have this big giant contraption on your forearm. Like, you're not tricking anybody. You sent these 3 to do the hard work against the panda so you could throw that Rasengan in shit. You know what I mean? I know how clever you are, Konohamaru. You act all nice and innocent, but deep inside, you just want to do cool shit at the expense of others' lives.
It's only a prototype. Part of this mission was Sigao tested in the field so the science and weapon division could gather intel. It's actually a really tiny scroll, so the technique is inside this thing? Yeah, this tool has ninja techniques sealed within. Hacks as fuck. The one you just saw was Shikamaru-san's Shadow Bind.
Okay, interesting. He created this big giant explosion from the distance. You can totally tell technology is going to take over in the Naruto series. Granted, a lot of shinobi are going to use natural skills and abilities, especially if they're born with them, but there's a lot more fodder and average ninja who are going to be relying on this technology. Keep in mind, if you have 100 or 200 fodders and you give them technology like this, isn't that shit the future over these fodders learning natural skills when they don't have anything naturally? Granted, I feel as if the future is going to be like an army or a unit of 100 or 200 people with this technology led by somebody with a lot of natural skill like Boruto, Sarada, or Mitsuki. Anyone can use that tool? Yeah, it doesn't even require chakra, which ultimately means you wouldn't even need to be a ninja to use Konohamaru-sensei, and then those guys are just shocked and shit. I don't think whether or not a person can use chakra will matter much if they're unable to aim properly. So, oh my god, no way, he fucking destroyed this shit. Get out of here, man. Like, you did more damage than the panda would do. You fucking failure of a shinobi, Konohamaru. Granted, you said you're not a shinobi, but fuck, you suck in general. Like, I guess the future is going to be people who can aim properly with this technology. I mean, I don't know. It's going to change the game completely, though. So we see Naruto there. The important thing is to pass down our legacies properly. Indeed, it is, as you say, 7th of many lives lost during long years of conflict. So we see all of these different panels and pictures here that we saw in those promotional scans. Because of those selfless sacrifices, we are able to bathe in peace and prosperity now. Ah, how adorable. We see Choji there contributing to the future diabetes of Chocho. I'm not gonna lie, the artwork looks a little bit weird with Inojin. Inojin looks like some crawling toddler learning how to write for the first time. Okay, moving down. To ingrain this history within the new generation, so we see Ino and Sakura there enjoying a drink or a piece of dessert or whatever the fuck. I want to be a part of that scenario. I actually don't want to be. I'm lying about that. Will be a vital in helping maintain that peace. That too is our duty. We all stand here today because the 5 villages pooled their resources to hold the tuning exams. Would you mind sharing some words of wisdom for all the genin who will be participating in this exam? Now, a lot of people might not like this chapter because it feels like a rehash of the movie. If you've seen the movie, of course. And yes, it sort of is, but it also isn't because it's filling in a lot of details. We have a lot of dialogue that we did not get in the movie because the movie just covered all of that really quickly. We really didn't focus on any of the details. And I actually prefer it this way because it gives this new author time to flesh out all of these characters. It's going to be very similar to Dragon Ball Super. We'll probably get this tuning exams arc, the first 10 chapters or so. Then we'll be heading into new material, the material that we all love. That's when motherfuckers is going to get excited. That's when people are going to love this new generation. That's when we'll focus on what the beginning of this chapter focused on. So we should just be a little patient here. We should wait. We should enjoy this while it lasts because, again, we're not going to have this Boruto series forever. And we see Naruto and Shikamaru there in the hot air balloons. We see everybody, like, going to the tuning exams, all the new shinobi from all the different villages. Really cool shit. There are 3 important things: teamwork, guts, and remember to give it your all. What solid advice, Naruto. I'm sure everybody partaking in these tuning exams is reading really deep into this, like, man, that shit was deep. Like, at the end of the day, everybody knows to give it their all. They're fighting in the tuning exams. And then the interviewer's like, that was only 2, but thank you for such an energetic response. Our live interview has come to an end. What a great interview. That was the most terrible interview I've ever actually seen in my life. And then we see all of those ramen cups there, Naruto, you know, sliding in to that daily ramens every day during his daily paperwork.
We better not be talking to one of your clones, Dad. This is the Hokage's office. I wouldn't dare. And Naruto can never get angry at Boruto for speaking to him like this because that's exactly how Naruto used to speak to Tsunade when she was doing paperwork behind the desk. And Tsunade was actually pretty lenient on Naruto throughout the series. And no dad in here. Use Hokage or 7th. Yeah, whatever. The mission was a piece of cake. I could have handled it on my own. Yeah, that's why you had Mitsuki going in there with that body modification, tangling that panda's leg up so it would fall flat on his face. And then that's when you went for attack. So, I don't know, man. It seems like
Mitsuki was pretty vital to the mission. For any ninja, teamwork and guts are vital. Completing missions in teams of 3 is very... I don't need no stinking practice. With my clones, becoming 3 was nothing. Futon, Raiton. I mean, lately, I can even do Suiton. So, that's wind, that's lightning, that's water. Holy fuck. Konohamaru, yes? What are you teaching this boy? Oh, man, that technology, yo. Why are you talking to the sensei? Why are you talking to the sensei? Huh? For any ninja, it's important to... Enough about that. For any father, it's important to remember, do I have your attention? If you forget Sis's birthday today, you'll have to answer to me. Oh, damn, Boruto's giving Naruto that spunk. And we know how Boruto Naruto the movie ended, where Boruto and Naruto kind of patched things up after Momoshiki and Kinshiki's defeat. So, yes, we're going through a lot of problems, father-son relationship, but in the end, everything will work itself out, thankfully. Okay, so now that creepy scientist guy came in, pardon the intrusion. Oh, Katasuke. I don't know, there's just something about this guy's appearance that I do not like. He just looks so creepy. He looks like an extremely ugly, chubby version of a base form Orochimaru. That's how he looks like to me. As head of the Ninja Science and Weapons Division, I have a humble request for our Lord, the 7th Hokage. What is it? In the next tuning exam, would you be so gracious as to allow the usage of our scientific ninja tools? And then he's, you know, showing off Konohamaru's arm. The Genins no longer need to undergo grueling and harsh training to greatly expand the repertoire of their ninja techniques. It would also make for a grander spectacle too, since they'll all have... Can't do that. Damn, he got shut down. All that explanation down the drain. The tuning exam is no show. It's a place of growth for ninjas. Is that so? Understood. I will take my leave. Your weak-ass era is coming to an end, Dad, so Boruto's heading out the door. Damn, this ties in with the beginning of this chapter. I feel as if Boruto, something fucked up happened to him right after Boruto Naruto the movie, where he just felt really betrayed. His father wasn't in his life. Maybe he just hated shinobi. Maybe his father's death was due to the shinobi system, and then he just started hating ninjas and shinobis and shit like that. So he left the village, he abandoned the village or something like that, and he met Kawaki that way. I don't know exactly how it went down. Keep in mind, Kawaki was apparently vital in Naruto's death, but there's just something telling me that something dark happened to Boruto after Boruto Naruto the movie that led him down that path of hating shinobi and ninjas. Damn it, I wanted to give him the tuning exam application form before he Sigh. Don't even start with that, Naruto. Thanks as always, here you go. Do the next new game too? By the way, will you be partaking in the upcoming exam too, young master? This is some really creepy shit. You know how pedos give, like, little kids candies and they ask them to come to the car? In this case, it's a scientist who knows a lot about technology, who creates games and develops just things in general, and he's bribing Boruto to do his deeds with games and stuff like that. It's really weird. What? Not a chance. Oh dear, that is quite a shame. Everyone is so eager to see your strength and talents, especially your father. And then, oh my god, look at that guy's face. You can see he's just evil as fuck. And then we see Boruto there like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it or something. I mean, god damn, get that guy Katasuke away from these little boys. And so these are the application papers for the next tuning exam. Here you go. Who is that? She looks very familiar. Wait, who is that?
Can we participate? Of course, give it your all. Got it? What a pain, but we're still rookies. I don't know if... There we go, Shikadai and Chocho. He's right, Moigi's... Oh, Moigi! That's Moigi. So, that's pretty much Konohamaru's teammate, Kunoichi teammate. Finally, she's being put to some use. She's handing out papers or flyers or whatever. That's nice, you know what I mean? I mean, she's definitely changed a lot. She got... did she get hotter? Not really. She seems like whatever. I mean, I don't even know why she's around. Like, granted, it's nice that we're filling in a lot of these details that we didn't get in Boruto Naruto the movie. For instance, we're seeing Moigi actually, but it's like, I don't know, there's just something about her that gives me the shivers, and that's fodder prostitutes. You could tell she sold her body at least once. I mean, you could see it in her face. Okay, I already read that. Hey, fat ass, are you listening? Oh my god, Jin is a savage young boy. The tuning exams application, loud and clear. Something about chewing exact communication, right? This is really disappointing. Did you chew off those ears of yours too? And so we see Jin just going at Chocho. We see Shikadai there like, yawn, this is boring, fucking my teammates are so annoying. Sigh, they have the physical capabilities, but mentally and emotionally, yeah, and it's the opposite with you, Moigi. You never had the physical capabilities, but I guess in a way you were mentally and emotionally mature. But that's also because we never saw you on screen, so we just had to assume that you were kind of normal. Time to use these. Here, letters. I received them from Temari-san and Ino-san. Mother, they told me to hand them over to you if you started getting cold feet about the exam. Oh man, and they're reading it, and I actually saw that panel before in one of the promotional pictures, and they do not like what they see. What do they gotta do, like extra chores or some shit? You got Ino and Sai and fucking Temari and Shikamaru forcing them to do extra chores or some shit. Like, what's going on right here? What's up? We gotta do your best at the exam, Ino-chan. Yeah, you're right. What do they do? Oh yeah, we're supposed to meet up with Boruto today. Damn, almost forgot. Catch you later, sensei. We'll fill out the applications and send them in. Yeah, I like it how they conveniently remember that right when they're handed that, those papers. And Moigi is actually the sensei, the leader of this squadron, Inoshika Cho, which is pretty good clarification because we haven't really seen much of her at all. What got into them all of a sudden? Those must have been some pretty persuasive letters. And Chocho looks really weird in that picture. I mean, the artwork looks alright most of the time, but sometimes with some of the character designs it just looks a little bit weird, especially from certain angles. And I mean, you'd immediately be able to tell that the artwork is off and it's not drawn by Kishimoto once you read this first chapter. And we're ready, waiting on you, Boruto. Okay, I see you excel at games too. What are they playing there? Are they playing like some Pokemon online? Because we see agility, we see some other like numbers like stats, and then we see level 34. Are they actually playing Pokemon? And this is so cool because, man, I grew up playing Pokemon and watching Naruto on Toonami, and these guys are like living in the ninja world playing games like Pokemon. It's just so weird. I would have never thought that Naruto or Boruto would take this direction years later. I mean, I didn't think Naruto would ever have children, to be honest, but fuck, man, this is so crazy because if I pictured myself reading this 10 years ago or 15 years ago, well, not 15 years ago, it'd be like 10 years ago, but if I pictured myself reading this a long time ago, I just go nuts. What do you want, Mitsuki? I told you I ain't participating, so we got Mitsuki handing him that poster, that flyer, and he just doesn't want to fucking partake in the tuning exams. Konohamaru-sensei asked us to hand it to you. A 3-man team is required to enter the tuning exams. Without your assistance, we cannot participate. Yeah, so my dream is to become Hokage. Oh, man! If you stand in the way of that, so help me God. I mean, at the end of the day, Boruto not participating is not him standing in the way. Well, it kind of is because then you can't participate in the tuning exams, but then again, Naruto went from
getting to Hokage. So maybe you can take the unconventional route, Sarada. I don't know. If Boruto doesn't end up participating, you could just do some crazy cool shit, save the village a few times, maybe from Kawaki, and then, you know, voila, you're the Hokage. And I'm wondering who's going to fill the role of Hokage when Naruto's apparently dead or gone. I mean, that's a very interesting selection right there. Hokage, tell that to someone who actually cares. Oh, damn, Boruto be feisty. At the end of the day, Sarada shouldn't put her hands on Boruto, and I think Boruto's only calm right now because in the back of his head, he knows that he's going to hit Sarada from the back in the future, you know what I mean? Get some Sarada pussy. Yeah, okay, moving down. So then, do you think that you'll inherit the position because you're the Hokage's son? You can go become whatever you want, but if you really want to become Hokage, you better be sure you don't have any family or friends, because the only thing a person close to the Hokage gets is a handful of nothing. So Boruto is just there really bitter about his dad, and he has all these daddy issues and shit. They both have a lot of daddy issues early on, and it's understandable because both of their parents are really inactive in their lives, and they need them right now. You know, they're developing their adolescence, they need this emotional security. I don't mean to interrupt, but we can't play unless a third person joins, so without you, there's no way we can clear the next level boss. Use my game then. They just gave it to me. It'll be a cakewalk with this. You're gonna really give it to me? For real? Hey, they put in cheat codes. Oh, damn, so Boruto and that scientist are working together to clear the game really quickly and shit.
It seems like Boruto having everything from an early age, he doesn't appreciate the journey, he just appreciates the destination, which is why he doesn't mind, you know, Konohamaru's technology, which is why he likes to use cheats and shit like that, because everything was given him, so he doesn't really care about the journey.
Hey, where are you heading off to? So damn, Boruto's negativity got everybody leaving. You know, it's only enjoyable if you grind the level slowly. Gives me an excuse to hide from mom. Yeah, I should be going too. Later, Boruto. So yeah, damn, everybody's dipping on Boruto. We should at the very least get all the papers ready. Hey, we're supposed to be a team, right? Could you at least listen?
Hey, Boruto, it would be the perfect stage to show the 7th just how strong we've all become. In the exam, I mean. Everyone is so eager to see your strengths and talents, especially your father, so I knew that Hatsuki guy would be vital in Boruto's decision. I heard you the first time. There, I'll join too. Satisfied? Yes, he's such a pushover. Oh, damn, that's what she's thinking secretly, but she's not going to say that. And damn, we got that fucking creepy scientist hearing that from a distance. This guy he is pure evil, man, I'm telling you. I'm sure he has something to do with Kawaki, maybe. I'm sure you have your reasons, but from where I stand, your father's awesome. Can you cut him some slack? What about you then? My dad once told me that
Sasuke-san is the other Hokage, you know? He's just being polite, I bet. It's actually popular opinion that Sasuke-kun is the only ninja to ever hold their own against the 7th Hokage. My parents said this as well. What? Okay, so, since you brought it up there, your parents, who are they? I don't know either. Now, we all read the Mitsuki one-shot. We don't know exactly when it takes place, maybe before this chapter, maybe sometime around this chapter. Here's the thing. We know Orochimaru created him, but what cells did he use? Like, who did he use to craft Mitsuki? We still don't know, and I'm sure that's going to be answered eventually. Guess whose birthday it is today? And we see Himawari and Hinata there. Now, the artwork looks pretty weird in that page, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go home and partay! Yeah, sorry, I gotta go partay. See ya. Damn, Boruto ain't liking the Chunin exams, and he really does care about his little sister, you know? He is a good brother in a way that just gets too emotional, that cares a little bit too much, and that's gonna bite his ass, but at the same time it shows that he is actually a caring person. He's not just this asshole. It's not often that Boruto makes expressions like that. Okay, so we see some, like, turkey or some shit, some chicken. We see Naruto there, we see Boruto, everybody's there happy and smiling, and Himawari got, like, this weird facial expression there. I mean, it's clear it's the artwork, but fuck. Everything's ready. Damn, they got a lot of food there. It looks delicious. Okay, now for the highlight. Bring in the cake. Yay! Hey, welcome back. Hey, see, that wasn't so hard, was it? The cake falls and splatters on the floor. A shadow clone, and that's what I was waiting for. I knew that shit, man. That son of a... Boruto! So, like, you see that, yes, we are getting all of these events over again, but there's a lot more detail in every scene, and that's important because once the anime starts to cover this, it's going to feel like the actual Part 1 series where, yes, we do get a lot of detail, we get a lot of conversations, a lot of slower bits, but it all pays off in the end when we get those more emotional scenes like we did maybe during the Land of Water and the bridge scene with Zabuza crying, you know, for Haku and shit. Stuff like that is going to happen, but we got to get through the slower parts, we got to get through all of the dialogue, we got to get through the rehash. Hold it right there, Boruto. What do you want? Your father, he just puts the village's needs before his own. He's not neglecting the two of you on purpose, understand? No, I don't understand. Why is that even the Hokage? All he does is sit around at his desk all day acting all high and mighty. Anyone could do that. Oh shit, damn, those words aren't going to be too happy when Naruto ends up dying, maybe because he does take action or decides to take action. The Hokage plays a very important role from generation to generation. They've all played prominent parts in the lives of everyone in the village. Then that means all those Hokage's kids from generation to generation happily handed down the messed up situation. They say Grandpa was Hokage too, but when Dad was little, he was already dead, right? So then he didn't get to experience all these fun times with his parents, our dad, so Himawari's thinking about all of this, and this is slowly ruining her birthday. See, you are much better off not having a Hokage as a parent then. And then Hinata starts crying. Damn, you know it's bad when your child makes you cry, and I mean actually like start to cry. It's not every day that someone's able to do that, especially a kid. Hinata should file a lawsuit against Naruto or file for divorce because of this, you know what I mean? This is not what she signed up for. This is not the romance she envisioned. I'm not arguing with you. It pains me when your father misses important days like today, but your situation, it's day and night compared to what your father went through. He has always been there for you. It's not even about me, it's for Himawari. Whatever. And then Boruto steps out. Okay, and then we see Naruto there, all, tired and shit. I really stepped it in this time. What's wrong? Oh man, those are a lot of papers. Shikamaru, you're always overdoing it. I'll finish up here. Go home and get some rest. By now, it's, the birthday party is over. Okay, so we see all of these pictures with Naruto, all these old pictures. Boruto's in Naruto's room. He's got all these memories and all this cool stuff. And he's looking at Naruto's old orange jumpsuit, and we already know what he's about to do with that. And don't be a disrespectful little cunt. Don't throw that shit out the window, man. Okay, so we got that orange jumpsuit there looking all lonely. It's filthy. It's all worn out, too. This sucks! And he just throws it out of the window. What a little brat. Then again, Naruto's a little brat as well, but I don't think he would do something like this. And you could tell Naruto coming from the situation that he was in, it kind of gave him more, how to say, wisdom, and it made him more humble in general. Ding dong.
Could it be? It's Dad, so he finally decided to show up. Oh, damn, he wants to, fucking, beat him in the face right there. And that's not Naruto, of course. That is our boy Sasuke, and he ain't putting up with none of that shit. I'm sorry. I thought you were my dad. You must be Naruto's son. Your name? Okay, so we see the artwork there, and that's the famous not taking a shower in 30 years Sasuke.
Uzumaki Boruto. If it isn't Sasuke-kun, is Naruto home? I think he's still at the Hokage office. This man must be Dad's former rival, I see. Sorry for the intrusion. So freaking cool. You could already see Boruto looks up to Sasuke already, despite the fact that Sarada needs somebody like Sasuke in her life, and Sasuke isn't in Sarada's life. And I don't know, I personally feel like this would be the perfect time for Sasuke to smash Hinata. Hinata's looking for some, you could get it from Sasuke. He's right here, Naruto's doing work, he can't please his woman, Sasuke's here to do the job. That's why Sasuke was sent over here, clearly. So you see that orange jumpsuit right there, Sasuke walking in the middle of the night. Phew, okay, catch. A souvenir from Kaguya's castle. Sasuke, I see, I can't read any of it, but it's definitely making me feel uneasy. My Sharingan can't decipher it either. You see, so this might be one of the story arcs we go into after we're done with this Chunin exams arc, because if you don't think the action's gonna get crazier and crazier, I mean, we saw the first few pages of this chapter, you're delusional, like it's gonna get better and better as we go on. Are you implying that Boruto has more in common with us than I think? I wonder, I sure as hell don't see it. Oh damn, Naruto, shut the fuck up, and Sasuke definitely sees it. You numbskull. Guess this means I'll have to put off going home and catching some sleep. I'll pass it along to the code breakers. One more thing. That's why you have it. I picked it up on the way here. I see. I ran into your kid. He's the spitting image of you when you were that age. He's nothing like me at all. He's more similar to you. Oh no, don't say that shit, Naruto. What the fuck is wrong with you? And if we actually get to see some of the training Boruto went through, because we saw him again at the beginning of this chapter looking all sick with the seals, with the Byakugan, with the sword, you could tell maybe Sasuke put him through some really crazy shit, and I can't wait to see those two go on training assignments or whatever. Actually, he's different from you too. His clothes are always so clean like they're brand new. Guys like us, maybe we're the dinosaurs now. Far from it. The true nature of a ninja never changes, no matter how the tides may shift. Is that foreshadowing for the future of the story, I wonder? Okay, so we see Sasuke walking through that long pathway, we see Shuriken there, and we already know which dumbass threw them shits. Okay, he disappeared. And then we see Boruto right there, he got caught. Ouch, you're pretty cool. Hey, you were my dad's rival, right? I see, brand new, huh? Please, let me be your disciple. There's something I have to defeat at any and all costs. And we see Sasuke right there. Oh my god, and you see the Rinnegan there, and it's being blocked by his hair, so you don't see the full shit. But damn, Sasuke had to pull that thing out right now. Though I know some people are gonna be like, Double Four is probably gonna like this and is just rehashing shit. Keep in mind, I am just very happy we continue this journey, right? This really feels like something that's gonna last for a while. It feels like the Dragon Ball Super version of Naruto, and we're gonna have many arcs, many missions with Mitsuki, Boruto, and Sarada. And what the fuck happened after Boruto Naruto the movie that led to Naruto's death, that led to Boruto unlocking the Byakugan, having that scar, having all of those seals, looking sick as fuck? Who is Kawaki? So many different questions, and yes, we are not touching up on any of that right now, so I understand why some people might feel like, oh, this ain't too good, but listen, man, just wait, because the same people were saying the same things about Dragon Ball Super when it was first coming out.